right track towards gender equality and the empowerment of women. Changes have taken place, and we thank the leaders of the country for enacting laws and developing policies that have paved a way for gender equality and women empowerment in Namibia. We now have women in higher positions of decision-making. This is because of a good political will. As such, we celebrate all Namibian women today for their hard work and dedication towards the nation building. Director of Proceedings. It is indeed a privilege that the national event for the commemoration of the International Women's Day is hosted by our great Kunene region. We are privileged to host this event and to celebrate the achievement of all women in Namibia. We cannot celebrate the achievement and roles of women without identifying the challenges that women face on a daily basis, such as increase in cases of gender-based violence, poverty, social norms, and unrecognized multiple roles that women perform in society. Such challenges need to be addressed in order for us to effectively embrace gender equality and women empowerment. As we celebrate this day, let us remember that our government has committed itself to combating all forms of gender-based violence and discrimination against women and girls. Director of Ceremonies, we need to implement laws and policies to strengthen the participation and representation of women in politics, economy, social and cultural opportunities. Let us bring up our girl child with positive mentality to take on career development in male-dominated fields. Director of Ceremony, as we celebrate women's achievement, let's continue to advocate for gender equality and the empowerment of women and girls. For women and girls to succeed, they need support and understanding from men and boys. Let us encourage and support women who are in leadership positions. Let us continue to embrace positive norms that strengthen peace and harmony amongst communities and national at large, while challenging harmful cultural practices and norms that are discriminatory towards girls and women development and economic development. Ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, I hope it's high time for women of Namibia to celebrate, because for the first time in the Namibian culture, we are going to have our first women president. Can we clap hands for that? Can we clap hands for that? That should be regarded as an achievement on its own, and it should also be regarded as an achievement and encouragement to all other women to take up higher positions in government, in politics, and in social lives. With these few remarks, let me welcome you once again to the beautiful town. Let me appreciate the rain you brought along. You make us really very happy. At the same time also, allow me to appreciate the presence of my personal doctor, Dr. Wirap, in our midst. You are acknowledged. Thank you so much for attending this very important event. Thank you so much for all of you. Enjoy your stay in Opuo, and you are more than welcome once again. Thank you.
Can we give big hands of applause to the Honorable Hewosip, the Mayor of Opuo Town. If we grant equal opportunities and equal rights to women, we will have equal future. And as has been said by the Mayor, and as we generally hear on social media, the future is female. Without wasting time, can I call upon the band, the Awake band, to give us the bass, please. Can we have entertainment by Okahama Traditional Group? Okahama Traditional Group, please. Could you please come to the front? Can we give the group big hands of applause, please? Women have made significant contributions to music throughout history, and without dance, we cannot talk about celebration. Without wasting time, I'm going to call upon Master Salatiel Sinedima, represented by Master Abise Kasululu, National Training Coordinator of Women Action for Development, to make a statement on behalf of Women Action for Development.
Thank you very much. This podium, I think we're supposed to put at least 3 bricks for me. I'm a bit too short, eh? Thank you. I hope everyone can see me. Thank you, Director of Proceedings, Honorable Doreen Sioka, Minister of Gender Equality, Poverty Eradication and Social Welfare, our mother. What do we call our mother? That's the relationship we have. Ms. Hopolang Fororo, UN Resident Coordinator for Namibia, members of Parliament present, Honorable Maria Shea in absentia, I did not see him today, the Governor of the Great Kunene Region, Your Worship, the Mayor Rosa Mbinge Sheundo, the Mayor of Opua Town, Lieutenant General Joseph Chikongo, represented by Major General Mutota, all regional and local councillors present, traditional authorities and community leaders present, all protocol observed. I see our Namibian Defense Force, Namibian Police Force, and NCS are well represented here. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Absai Kashululu. I'm the National Training Coordinator at Women's Action for Development, and I've been delegated to come and present the speech for my Executive Director, Mr. Salatiel Sinedima, and I would like to say, Goeiemorgen almal. Goeiemorgen almal. Is it the weather that the voices are a little bit stagnant to come out, eh? Thank you. It's an honor to stand before you today on this profound occasion of International Women's Day, a day where the world pauses to recognize the resilience, achievements, and indomitable spirit of women. Today, as we gather under the banner of unity to celebrate women, the architects of our nation's progress and the heartbeat of our economy, I am humbled to stand among such tapestry of change makers, and therefore I greet you with respect. Let me begin by acknowledging the women from diverse communities who call Namibia home. We honor the wisdom and matriarchs who came before us, women who nurtured families, preserved traditions, and planted the seed of resilience that allow us to thrive today in this beautiful Namibia. A special recognition goes to the survivors of gender-based violence, whose courage fuel our collective fight for justice. To the women in rural areas, balancing water pots on their heads and dreams in their hearts, we see you. And as well to the mothers working double shifts to send their children to school, the young women coding innovations in tech hubs, and the grandmothers keeping our language alive through storytelling. To the men finding yourselves at this setting, who came to amplify women's voices. Your allyship is not just appreciated, it is essential. Today we are not just audience, we are a movement, a chorus of hope, resilience, and unyielding determination. Together, we embody the spirit of Arambe, pulling in one direction to uplift Namibia's women and by extension, our entire nation. Ladies and gentlemen, Honorable Sioka, this day is not merely a celebration. It is a call to reflection and action. For over a century, women globally have marched, advocated, and shattered barriers to claim their rightful place in our societies. Here in Namibia, we carry this legacy forward, honoring the shoulders of giants of which we stand. Our story begins with the fearless women of the liberation struggle heroines who bore the torch of freedom amidst oppression. They taught us that courage is a currency of change. And post-independence, some of these trailblazers transitions from freedom fighters to nation builders, laying the groundwork for the Namibia we cherish today. Today, Namibia continue to thrive as pillars of strength in every sector, from informal market traders to CEOs. In some of the country's key boardrooms, women drive a substantial portion of the Namibian business sector, and they are sustaining households, ensuring that no child is left behind. Today, as we celebrate the unsung heroines of our soil, the custodians of our food security, and the architects of our rural resilience, in every corner of our nation, from Mahangu fields of the north to the drought-stricken pastures of the south, women are bending their backs, sowing seeds and harvesting hope. For generations, they have sustained families and communities through indigenous knowledge passed down from mother to daughter, preserving drought-resistant crops like Mahangu maize and sorghum, practicing sustainable land management, and innovating with limited resources. Even if the face of climate change, women bear the brunt of erratic rains and vanishing harvests, yet they adapt with grit and ingenuity. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we celebrate women who are integral ingredient and the backbone of various vital sectors. Honorable Minister, despite the monumental strides we celebrate today in Namibia, Namibian women continue. Thank you. Now I can see everyone as well. Thank you very much. Yes, as we proceed. Despite the monumental strides we celebrate today, Namibian women continue to face a muddle of systemic barriers that threaten our collective progress as citizens. The road to equality remains fraught with obstacles that demand urgent attention, solidarity, and complete resolve. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Namibians, gender-based violence continues to scar our communities. Namibia is one of the highest rates of GBV in the world, with 1 in 3 women experiencing physical or sexual violence in their lifetime. Survivors may not, and survivors of whom are silenced by stigma, carry wounds that diminish not only their potential but prosperity of our nation. Dear friends, as we celebrate this day, combating GBV and other unjust acts towards women should not just be a women's issue, but a national imperative that calls for collective accountability. We cannot claim prosperity in Namibia while half of our population is sidelined. We need to dismantle these barriers with urgency, because to build an equitable Namibia, We must consistently strengthen laws protecting women and girls' rights and ensure accountability for violence. And I am happy to announce that this matter has always received prominent attention of all three organs of the state. We must dismantle any systemic barriers and stigma that discriminate against women and girls. We must more than ever engage men as allies, because equality is not a woman's fight, it is our shared destiny. Women's Action for Development pledges to continue to amplify women's voices through skills development training, advocacy, and grassroots partnerships. Our new initiative, Arambe for Equality, will link rural women entrepreneurs to digital markets, because when women rise, Namibia thrives. In the words of our late founding father, Dr. Semsa Fishuna Nyoma, and a pioneer of women empowerment in Namibia, and I quote, "A people united, striving to achieve a common good for all members of society will always emerge victorious. Let us march forward, not just today, but every day, until Namibian women can say, I am seen, I am valued, and I am free." Thank you very much. And thank you for the brick.
That's equity. I can stand on the floor and I can still talk to you. That's what it means, that we must not treat people the same, give them equitable treatment. Let us give hands of applause to Master representing the Women Action for Development, Master Abise Kasululu. Can I call upon Ms. Vida Junju, successful businesswoman supported by the Ministry of Gender Equality, Poverty Eradication, Social Welfare, to make her remarks. Get the translator, please, because she's going to make a statement in the local language. Can I move this? Okay.
Ya, aku hepa. Rutenga mecha moro ko chikutundu chochiwa na chihe chija oronga nemba meyuvanti. Ya. Ngre pomo kaenda. Musemba mitheo bichitwa kanye poko mbongarero yobiwana omuyobikwa nuno ochuru chetu o ministera yo ndekiro ya pamwe o mahenduriro wousiona na wina o ndunino yochiwana o omuyobikwa yoka vana ne peke ocha mobito byenu mbumwa ongariremba ya chimuna ongonia yetu yorukondwa ya na wina omutide ochuro chetu chapuo ya novana ni varwe obako abehemberimba ya mimeni ngire kucha njia njere okukurama momurungu enu bikanje o kahungika nje keyuwa ya nambano mimbie kukura mamba bakare no manangiro okuda ko ministry inji yonjenda ponji onteka thanino ya ocho sereka de imwe gumba munine o mbatero o mokarupaka o kwebatera o bandu imbawo ungeche fambo utiti ya okucha o chivenji nangiri chambie ukarane hungi ya di maritara ko ngeche fayanje ya nambano gotoko ufupi ami owami mangreta vita chinjou ngumbikara pocho kavare wongeche fanji okandese trading cc ya nambano ongeche fanji oyo inichi yautira ponganda uriri rukurungunda turo watiti atukara puna mama atere kodomboroto ya nokuranditha okucha ete mba tukaranditha anje uterekera ponganda okucha ngunda eye etere kodomboroto nao tenoho tuli hongo kutereka ndomboroto nda ya okucha odomboroto nda ya okucha ngunda tu konjo kurandithira ponganda nao okuda monguranji o maibie bari na hambo umwe o njiranji cha auto kutungoa o tea kula kukamanyoki yako puo mama oichia kara nondunge kumano ya matutho kutwara ongeche fanyi popedu no njira ya ochinga twachita uriri atuka tungo kanjiwo popedu no njira amba puturi nai ya atuto ukaenda ko murungu o nongeche fanji ya twakaenda na uriri tu unguriro ngeche fanje meneo njira okuda momburanji o maibie bari na hambo mbari tulu kucha o ministry nji iyanja olombatero ko ngeche fambo utiti ya okucha mepumba thekamena okuya kombero mopuo ya chanje orwedo ndo pombero pena o mutengwa ye nambano nguri o kansela heruko ndwara puo mokoto nguri kansela nguna ihe ngumbe mwala pombero kansela nguna ihe njia kura chinene njipolo foroma ekito maningiriro ya okuja ombura njo maningiriro nga bakita uriri pothia hatona ya ombura nja kongorera korugwa inji o mayebie bari na hambo ndatu ekotoka rukwa pombero o badapo o kansela no hanje ngunde nguripo ya okujo rwendo no ho ameitha na muhonge ibra ya muhonga ngomba kotoka rukwa chimotara mutu hitonene ya chakako mangreta kapena umba uriri o kuhatonene kakucha ukakarapehi o lo foroma odondo chito maningiro we rukwao okucha amechito maningiriro wanje rukwao momburanji o mayo na hambo ndatu momburanji o mayo bari na mubyu kansela nguna ihe njira ere kucha o chako o maningira wanje kumba ningira o mbatero ya o mutu o madiriro wanje yakakurwa ya nungunda tuhia pe o mbatero nda matuthuka kara no mahongero kokamanya ya okucha twakaenda na uriri momwede uche ine atuka kara no mahongero ngari kokamanya atuko toka no chimba kitwa ipamwe ya okuja kudambo ka tuna twekunjo rure uriri ithani wa kombero ndiye kupewa mbatero yanje ombatero yanje nji yari no ndengu yo mayo imurongo ya pothia ko pewo chimariva o hindwa ko do stora okukachito quotation ya chwa lumbo eta pombero uya ombero ai kuchangero cheke o cheke nyo kafuta nayo muforo wenji ya okucha pakaenda na uriri changero cheke njo ekafuto mitforo yanje ya ekotoro uslepa kombero tieke ne punda kumbathu kutieke na opoeta nauka yaruka konganda no muforo wanje ya nambana mimbaja chimba utongeche fanyi bari puna mama ngwetu hangambe na bihe ngutwa ngura pamwe ngati matie kutungo njuo ya momburanji o mayebie bari na mubinjo no ho momwezo chetano ya mama ochata o munywenga uthiwe mahange ya okuja mekulambo puwe utuka enderike uriri okulambo kienda ko murungu Ya ba kaenda na uriri mombura nji o mayobi yevari no morongo na ime ya chanjena o ngechefa kaina mbapira nje kujibeta nde kambura po ministry of trade ya okucha o chimba sekama o kuye kuchito maningiriro ko mbapira yanje njo kechefa njo ya o mbapira njo mba ningira mombura njo mayobi vari no morongo na ime ya mombura nji yakongorera o mayobi vari no morongo na mbari muno mbapira nje nji ya okuja chimba kana kuno mbapira nji ame muno kuja inakuhamya rukano ho mehitisa maningiro waro ruko ongange ko lombate ronda ndi yanjwa po ministry nji yotre itanjiru kwa ya mibachito maningiro wanje uri mombura njo o mbura inji yaro nja kongorera njo mayebiye bari no murongo na ndatu o ministry nji yotre itanji ayenji pombatero yanje o chako bihepa mimbaningira amimbaningirire o maluko boku tereka na olomboroto ya okuja chimba kana kupo maluko nga kutereka olomboroto nga ambara mbakakara no matokero mena kuja hanje mocho kaware ngunde ka muna rucheno ya pote hanje ruli moma unguriro na o kuda kurubanje ya mbaunja mutu ure wombore imena no hinga uriri chamba orucheno ndaruba pocho kaware konjo na hitisa monge chefa ya oga himba no kuitisa rucheno poe euto kutereka olomboroto ndalo lo monju ondu tutereka ndana mbano ya nambano onge chefa ino matokero kachina chipupe tapi ya posiara ocha kwa mina o matokero mengi ngumbi muna monge chefa bikara no matokero worucheno nuchi nene moruwe ndrombura mekwede ndro marokero ombura o orucheno ndo urieno kude mauri ngunda mundu porumwe auno bikuriambi modi kihina ndo mboroto awatu amo maluko ya okuja mundu chuka kara no skate yo lomboroto nambano heno yango farepi nde hapire na wanda pio hinga uja bitambia mundu chuka ndo kuhabari saudi mo wanache mo chirongo po aweka ndo kutereka pamakara no hamukwa na imbio okuja na no hoko munda onyama na ono ho onyama porumwe jika kara no uninga ndonji porumwe njado wayakukuta ya inji porumwe ngombo ale pamwe irijo ule rusheno ro unu porumwe rwakachite bano hinga okuja ikakara no skate okukamono upyuno ya mebanga kukanja o kambo ko kutundula nga hino ko lothereka longwetu ya po kunga mambo andabehe ya kuja arikane sekame tute ongechefa po muto ongechefa ya ute ongechefa uriri ya nu ute no uno utiti mungure ko utiti mape ya mutu mabi kanene para ya nu arikana o chinene nene chi munguro ongechefa amudembi obana chebenu petere obana chebenu popelu no biungura ya ongo bapo kucha bebi chiwe mena kuja pene yari mepurumo wendu hena kupenduka nawa ya po pene yari mepurumo wendu hina kukakara puri ya nundu nderi nga hino mbwana chemba porume o honga mo biungura mape ya o abeka enda ko murungu no biungura abe hakarira bantu porume bumabe kakara no njara ya okucha okahongika njeke yuwa mutu karimbo uriri okuhepa ko kunjipura tena ya ochiseni na ondangi nji hina kuita meanja ko ministry inji yonjenda no baungure bayo abehe ko kunjiba tera pupetambo ya amimbi muna kuja ombatero yenu njimwe njipa ya tanaura mochina me uporanje netunduretu okuhepa chinene
Thank you very much. I'm just doing the translation of her speech. Briefly, her name is Margaret Vita Chinjou. She stands on the already established protocol. She said she's residing in Ochokavare. She's the sole owner of the SME called Okandethe Trading CC. She started this small business with her mother, with her late mother, may her soul rest in peace. And this business just started at home. baking bread for school kids, and as well, they were taking these breads to go sell them in the location and at school. In 2006, when the road between Kamanyap and Opuo started to be under construction, she came to the office of Ministry of Gender. By then she heard that there is a construction underway. Then her mother told her that we need to move this business closer to the people that are doing constructions of the road. She came to the Ministry of Gender to seek for assistance since she heard that they are providing equipment, but her application was rejected. In 2007, she continued again. She went back to ask for assistance. By then, the regional councillor of Opuo, the councillor of Opuo Urban constituency, Honorable Councillor Ngunaihe, was the one in office by then. She went to him seeking for assistance. And then the councillor told her that you should continue, do not give up. The following year, she was given the assistance, and an amount of 10,000 was allocated to her business to procure some equipment. She did not get money in cash, but she went to the shop and made quotations for the materials. She managed to get those materials, and she moved her business closer to the people. Then in 2012, she went and registered her business at Ministry of Trade and Industry, where she got the certificate of registration. After that, she went and attended a one-week workshop for business in Kamanyap. Then she continued doing her business, whereby she was baking bread, and as she was moving, the business started to grow small by small. Though in the village where she was doing by then, in Ochokavare, there was no electricity. And sometimes the business would be dropped because of the electricity. The bread would be spoiled, but she never gave up. She continued. Until now, she's doing the business for baking bread and okapana, and it has become one of the most favorable meal or business that she's doing, as a well-known that Ochiherero bread, or Chokavare bread as it's called, that she's doing. To the fellow women and all participants, I want to tell you that business has a lot of challenges, such as electricity that I went through and many others. Sometimes you will wake up early in the morning to prepare bread, but you will not even have customers to buy them. But you should still continue pursuing what you want to do. In my conclusion, dear fellow women, to all of us who are gathered here, my message to you is, let us stand up and start our own business, whether it's very small. We should start small. We should even bring our own children or kids closer to join us in what we are doing, so that when we are not there tomorrow, they will be able to continue what we have learned them. I have started very small, but now the business is growing. Let me thank all the mothers and all the women, and let me say we should follow in our parents' footsteps. Once again, from the bottom of my heart, I would like to thank the Ministry of Gender, Equality, Poverty, Eradication, and Social Welfare, and our Minister, Honorable Doreen Sioka, for your unwavering support towards my business. Without your support, I could not make it or be here to be one of the women that is giving encouragement today. I thank you all.
be kara itha nyomboroto njimbira nditha poche kwa renga heno kwa no behina kuichiwa. Ya
This is-
mboroto njimbira nditha poche kwa ronji. Ya nuno hona imba ende na yomera nditha. Ya nungunda mera nditha na no hamba ende na imwe njimbe yanja ochechi anjiwa kuinjo o ministry ko chichitwa che yuandi.
This is the bread that I'm selling at Ochokavare. I just want to show it to the community or to the nation. And I'm with it just behind there, I'm selling. But I will give one as a gift to the Ministry of Gender. Ministry.
Ngoma kamburi bo.
Ministry.
Numara kanje dio penda odengi deri kongo pe.
Mwanja ngapi?
Ime umoro.
Oh, she said, okay, you can take, but she's giving 10 of them. She's giving 10 as the gift, so but maybe you can take this one for the purpose of the pictures. Yes.
Okay. Aku hebat.
Thank you very much. Can we give big hands of applause? Those of us who are regular travelers along that road are always stopping at that place, at Otsokavare. There is also meat for those meat eaters. So when you are passing Otsokavare, please make a stop there. You will not be unhappy, you will be satisfied of the services provided. Now, can I call upon Ambassador Morina Munjo of the International Women Peace Center to make her remarks, please. Can we give hands of applause to Morina Munjo? Before that, I just want to make an announcement. The restrooms are at the back. If you turn back, you will just see a man on the door there, and the others are also at the end of this side. So if you go out there, you will be directed where the other restrooms are. Thank you.
I am not Ambassador Morina Munjo, but I am standing on behalf of Ambassador Morina Munjo, who could not be here today due to other prior engagements. I am Group Captain Johanna Kalompo Erastus from the Namibian International Women Peace Center. As alluded to, I'll be delivering a remarks on behalf of the International Women Peace Center. Thank you very much, Director of the Proceedings. Honorable Doreen Sioka, Minister of Gender Equality, Poverty Eradication and Social Welfare. Honorable Esther Mwinyangwe, Deputy Minister of Health and Social Services. Major General Elias Mutata, Deputy Inspector General of the Namibian Police for Operations. Distinguished invited guests and all protocol observed. Good morning once more. It is an honor to stand before you on this special day, International Women's Day, as we celebrate the unwavering strength, resilience, and power of women and girls across the globe. Today, we gather under the theme for all women and girls, right, equality, empowerment, a theme that calls us to action and reaffirm our collective commitment to a world where every woman and girl can thrive without fear, discrimination, or inequality. As the International Women Peace Center, Our commitment to empowering women and girls is driven by the belief that sustainable peace and equality and justice cannot be achieved without women's full participation. Hence, through some of our strategic themes, women peace advocacy and capacity building for peace, we are creating transformative space where women and girls are equipped, supported, and empowered to lead change in their communities and beyond by amplifying their voices and champion their leadership in peace-building, conflict resolutions, and decision-making processes. Through advocacy, we ensure that women's priorities and experiences and solutions shape local, national, and global peace agendas. We believe that women's rights are human rights, but not privileges, not aspirations, but fundamental entitlement that must be upheld and protected. Yet, millions of women and girls continue to face violence, exclusion, and systematic barriers that hinder their full participation in society. Let me highlight that equality is not just about closing gaps. It is about transforming systems, dismantling oppressive structures, and creating a future where women and girls have equal access to education, healthcare, leadership opportunities, and economic resources. It is about ensuring that every voice is heard and every choice is respected. Every woman and girl can dream and achieve without limitations and without inequality. Development remains incomplete. Therefore, let us not reaffirm that true equality is not only about representation, but about transforming systems to ensure that every woman and girl enjoys the same right, respect, and opportunity as anyone else. Allow me to underscore the importance of empowerment, because when women are empowered, the entire communities thrive. Hence, empowerment is not something that can be given, but it is something that must be cultivated and nurtured. When women and girls are empowered, families are stronger, and community prospers, and peace becomes possible. Although the journey is far from over, today we renew our calls for a world where all women and girls in their diversity are free to lead, free to learn, free to decide, and free to thrive. So, let us honor the women who paved the way before us, and let us amplify the voices of those who are often silenced, and let us commit to stand in solidarity with all women and girls from the grassroots to global platforms until every woman everywhere can claim her or their rights without compromise. Together, we rise. Together, we build. Together, we empower for rights, for equality, for empowerment, and for all women and girls. Happy International Women's Day, and I thank you.
Thank you very much. Without wasting time, let me call Golden Youth Choir. Golden Youth Choir. Can we give them hands of applause while they are coming? Hands of applause, please. When we celebrate, we must dance. Celebration without music cannot be called celebration. Like in Africa, we say, meal without meat is not a meal. Thank you very much. Can we give hands of applause for the group? And I am calling upon Ms. Obling Ferreira, UN Resident Coordinator for Namibia, to make her remarks.
Good morning to all of you. Okay, I try again. Good morning to all of you. Thank you. Thank you, Director of Ceremonies, Mr. Kamseb. I acknowledge Honorable Doreen Sioka, Minister of Gender Equality, Poverty Eradication, and Social Welfare. Honorable Esther Mwinjanji, sorry, I think I said the wrong badly, but Deputy Minister of Health and Social Services. Honorable Hendrik Gaubeb, Chairperson of Management Committee, Kunene Regional Council. Your Worship, Honorable Rosa Chuendo, I'll say Chuendo, Mayor of Opuo Town. Honorable Regional and Local Authority Councillors present. I also recognize the representative for Lieutenant General Joseph Shikonge, Inspector General of the Namibian Police, the Dean of the Diplomatic Corps and Ambassador of Angola, my sister, Ambassador Jovelina Imperial Acosta, and Your Excellencies, members of the Diplomatic Corps present, Mr. Shinedima, who I know is represented, I don't recall the name, excuse me, Executive Director, Women's Action for Development, senior government officials, my UN colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. On this International Women's Day, I am truly honored to join you here in Opuo to commemorate this significant occasion. This year's theme, titled For All Women and Girls' Rights, Equality, Empowerment, resonates deeply as a reminder of the ongoing global commitment to ensuring that all women and girls, regardless of their background or circumstance, can live with dignity, equality, and opportunity. I would like to take a moment to reflect on the message by the United Nations Secretary General on this International Women's Day, calling attention to the vital importance of equal opportunity for women and girls. He emphasizes that when these opportunities are accessible to all, everyone wins. Equal societies are not only more prosperous, but they are also more peaceful, forming the very foundation of sustainable development. The Secretary General's message is a reminder of how far we have come since the landmark United Nations Conference in Beijing, China, 30 years ago, where the rights of women were universally reaffirmed as human rights. Since then, women and girls have shattered barriers, defied stereotypes, and demanded their rightful place in society. Yet, as the Secretary General aptly points out, we must remain clear-eyed about the challenges that still lie ahead. From persistent violence and discrimination to the newer threats posed by biased algorithms in online spaces, women's human rights are under attack. In many parts of the world, including here in Namibia, the fight for gender equality continues. Ladies and gentlemen, Honorable Minister, as we stand together today to celebrate the achievements of women, let us pay tribute to all the women who have been instrumental in paving the way for Namibia's success. Those who continue to fight tirelessly to advocate for the rights of women be it in the political sphere, agriculture, health, education, in the marketplace, at all levels, we applaud you. In Namibia, women contribute significantly to the economy, and I can only but mention a few, such as the Vice President and President-elect, Her Excellency Netumbo Nandi Ndaitwa, in the political arena, including the Prime Minister, ministers, deputy ministers, mayors and governors, etc. As well as I would mention people like, or women like Alicia Peters in the scientific space, Beans Gawanas, who is in the law space, Martha Murora, who is in banking, Ingwe Zamani Kamwi, who paved the way in mining, and many others whom we might not even know their names. Here in Opuo, women such as Alina Uata Chindu in Sesfontein, who we had the opportunity to visit yesterday, and just to be so amazed by what she's doing in the space of agriculture. And these are women who have been pivotal or are pivotal in driving positive change, fostering economic growth and advancing environmental and social development. Even the previous speaker who stood here, Madam, she's also one of our women whom we must applaud for the great work that they are doing in changing lives in Opuo. Their work in communities is invaluable, yet they continue to face barriers, including limited access to land, credit, and resources. Only 30% of the land in Namibia is owned by women, which highlights the need for concerted efforts to dismantle these obstacles. The Secretary General's message calls for urgent action in key areas such as unlocking finance to invest in gender equality, providing equal opportunities for decent work, closing the gender pay gap, and strengthening laws to end all forms of violence against women and girls. These are the same issues that we must also address right here in Namibia and across the globe. Women must have the opportunity to succeed in fields such as science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, and to participate fully in decision-making, including in peace building. Honorable Minister, I am proud to also share that under the ambit of the United Nations Sustainable Development Cooperation Framework 2025 to 2029, we are promoting gender equality with an emphasis on ensuring women's empowerment and equal participation in development. Key strategic actions under this outcome include investing in initiatives that strengthen women's leadership and economic empowerment, particularly in sectors where they remain underrepresented. Today, we not only celebrate the achievements of women, but also renew our commitment as the United Nations to take corrective or concrete actions. The empowerment of women and girls is not only a women's issue. It is a collective responsibility. It needs men to join hands with us, along with other partners, including the EU, our funding agencies or funding partners, and also our implementing partners who, through their networks, reach the furthest beneficiaries, ensuring that no one is left behind. In Opuo and beyond, women are showing us time and again that they are indispensable leaders in building sustainable and thriving communities. We must continue to support their leadership and create the necessary conditions for them to reach their full potential. Commitment made by Namibia and other countries, such as the Pact for the Future, provides a blueprint for action, and it is our duty to ensure that these frameworks translate into real change on the ground. Let us unite in this fight for gender equality and empowerment. Through collective action, systemic change, and unwavering commitment, we can build a future where women everywhere have the opportunities they deserve to lead, succeed, and thrive. I wish you a very happy International Women's Day, and thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much. Let me call upon Opuo Youth Choir to give us some entertainment. Opuo Youth Choir. Thank you, thank you. Can we give big hands of applause to the Oppo Yukoyam? Let me call upon the representative of Lieutenant General Joseph Sikongo, Major General Mutota, to make a statement, please. Hands of applause, please.
Thank you very much, Director of Ceremony, Honorable Doreen Shoka, Member of Parliament, Minister of Gender Equality, Poverty Eradication, and Social Welfare, and Tate Shoka. This is an indication that today is really a Women's Day. And normally they said, behind a successful man, there is an exhausted woman. But today, we have a successful woman under the name Honorable Dorian Shoka, where this exhausted Tate Shoka. Thanks for giving that support. Honorable Esther Munyangwe, Deputy Minister of Health and Social Services, Honorable Marius Shea, the Governor of the mighty Kunene region in absentia, Ms. Hoplong Foro, the United Nations Resident Coordinator for Namibia, Your Excellency, Ambassador of Angola to Namibia and your entourage, Honorable Lucius Kare Mupcha, Chairpersons of the Regional Council, Her Worship Rosa Mpinge Chiunda, Mayor of Oppo Town, Master Salatiel Shnedima, Executive Director of Women Action for Development, Regional and the Local Council present, the Acting Regional Commander of Kunene Region, Deputy Commissioner Kavungo, men and women in uniform, I salute you. Senior officers present, traditional and religious leaders, distinguished invited guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I was just reading on the face of the Honorable Minister. She was a bit worried because the turn-up was it was not embarrassing, but I can see now she's happy. A very good morning or afternoon to you all. It is a great honor and to stand before you today as we join the rest of the world in commemorating International Women's Day. This day is a significant occasion for us to reflect and celebrate the achievement and contributions of women and girls in shaping our society. The theme 2025, for all women and girls, rights, equality, and empowerment, call upon all of us to reaffirm our commitment to advancement of gender equality, ensuring that every woman and a girl is afforded the dignity, respect, and opportunity they rightfully deserve. Women play an indispensable role in every aspect of life, be it in leadership, in governance, law enforcement, education, health, and entrepreneurships. Their tireless effort contribute immensely to our socio-economic and political development, and it's only right that we continue to recognize, support, and empower them in all spheres of life. As the Namibian Police Force, we acknowledge the pivotal role women play in maintaining peace and security. The presence of women in law enforcement strengthens our ability to address gender-based violence. Child protections and community policing is in a manner that is inclusive, compassionate, and effective. Our commitment remains unwavering in ensuring that the Namibian Police Force is an institution where women are respected, given equal opportunity, and empowered to take up leadership roles. We take pride in growing the number of women who have excelled within our ranks, proving beyond doubt that they are capable and committed to serve our nation. However, as we celebrate progress, we must also recognize the challenge that persists. Gender-based violence remains a pressing issue, with women and girls often being primarily victims. This is an acceptable reality call for continuous support in strengthening our policies, intensifying our community engagement, and ensuring the enforcement of laws that protect women and girls from harm. I therefore urge all the stakeholders, including government institutions, spiritual leaders, traditional leaders, civil society, and law enforcement agencies to work together in eradicating gender-based violence and create a safer society for all of us. Ladies and gentlemen, Honorable Minister, we believe that gender-based violence should be categorized as a crime against humanity, as a violation of human rights, which have far-reaching consequences. The saddest part is that the children who are dependent on the victim and perpetrators are also left to suffer emotionally, social, economic damage, if not physically. The most common form of gender-based violence is domestic violence perpetrated mostly by the partners. A day would hardly pass without reports of violent and brutal crimes at police stations and on social media. To effectively address this scourge of gender-based violence, the Namibian Police Force has established a gender-based violence protection unit in all 14 regions. These are specialized units throughout the mandate to prevent, detect, and investigate gender-based violence. Moreover, economic empowerment remains a key factor in achieving true gender equality. Women must access education, employment opportunity, and leadership positions that enable them to contribute meaningfully to national development and national agenda. We must collectively strive to dismantle the barrier and hinder women's advancement and build a future where their potential is fully realized. Director of Ceremony, ladies and gentlemen, the Namibian Police Force devoted in addressing gender equality and women and girls empowerment, enhancing women's position in society, and eliminate historical injustice as per the international convention, such as Beijing Declaration of 1995, the South African Development Community SADC Declaration on Gender and Development, and the Convention of Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women of 1997. The United Nations Security Council Resolution 1325 on Women, Peace and Security of 2000, among others. In order to ensure compliance to the UN and SADC framework on gender mainstreaming, the Southern African Police Regional Chief Cooperation, which is SAPCO, established a women's network in 2007, which aimed to strengthen regional visions, enhance women empowerment in police forces, comply with the United Nations Security Council Resolutions 1325 of 2000, and comply with the Southern African Development Community Protocol on Gender and Women Empowerment. Moreover, the Namibian Police Force commenced with the Women Network activity in 2008 and officially launched the Nampolo Executive Women's Network on the 26th February 2010. The force has made significant strides towards women empowerment in administration of the force, whereby a total of 63 women are in managerial positions, which include 1 Deputy Inspector General, 7 commissioners, and 56 deputy commissioners. I would like to indicate that Namibian Police Force is indeed complying with the legal framework on gender equality, as demonstrated by the effort made by empowering women within the organization. Furthermore, the Nampolo Executive Women Network will host their extraordinary meeting as well as their annual general meeting in Ochuarongo from the 10th to the 14th of March 2025. This platform provides a good opportunity for women to raise awareness about gender-based violence against children and trafficking in person, among others. Let this day serve as a reminder that empowerment of women and girls is not just a women issue. It's a societal imperative. When women thrive, family prosper, community develop, and the nation advance. As the Namibian Police Force, we will continue to stand firm in advocating for just and equitable society when women and girls are safe, empowered, and given the space to achieve their dreams. In conclusion, Honorable Minister, let us celebrate the achievement of women while renewing our commitment to a future of equal opportunity, respect, and dignity for all. To every woman and girls in Namibia, we salute you for your strength, resilience, and invaluable contributions to our nation. Let us amplify the voice of those who are often marginalized and ensure that the rights of women are safeguarded and respected. Change begins with each of us. Let us pledge to be advocate of justice, champion of equality, and defenders of human rights. Together, we can build a future where every person, regardless of gender or background, can live with dignity, freedom, and equality. Happy International Women's Day, and I thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's give a hand of applause to the representative of the Inspector General, Major General Mutoda. You know, with these ranks, we do not want to make a mistake. Otherwise, it might be an offense in itself. They say ignorance of the law is no excuse, so I don't want to make that mistake by calling somebody something else. So, without wasting time, let's call Onduri Cultural Group for entertainment. Onduri Cultural Group. And there is one car, Mahindra 231769 Windhoek. Can the owner please move that car because people want to use that space? Mahindra 231769. Can we give big hands of applause to the cultural group, please? Let me call upon Moretti. High School. Can we give big hands of applause to the group? Thank you, thank you. In Africa, they say, unless the lions have their own historians, the tail of the hunt will always glorify the hunter. Let me call upon the Deputy Director of Gender to introduce the keynote address and make the statement on behalf of the Governor.
Thank you, Director of the Proceedings. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I am standing in for Honorable Maria Shea, the Governor of the Great Kunene region, that could not be here due to prior commitments. I have a noble task to introduce to us today the main speaker of the day, Honorable Doreen Shioka, Minister of Gender Equality, Poverty Eradication and Social Welfare. Honorable Doreen Shioka was born in Kasheshe village in Zambezi region and is a distinguished veteran of the Namibian liberation struggle. Her journey began in 1975 when she joined the SWAPO in Zambia, where she trained both as a nurse and an infantry soldier. Honorable Doreen Shioka has been prominent in Namibia's government since independence. She holds the portfolio of gender equality, poverty eradication, and social welfare. Her career is marked by a steadfast commitment to advancing the rights and well-being of children across the country. Honorable Shioka has played a pivotal role in shaping policies and implementing programs to ensure the care and protection of children in Namibia. Under her leadership, significant strides have been made in strengthening child protection laws, frameworks aimed at safeguarding children from abuse, exploitation, and neglect. Ladies and gentlemen, I am speaking about a woman that has been instrumental in promoting initiatives that enhance access, education, healthcare, and social service for children, particularly those from disadvantaged backgrounds. Her advocacy extends to promoting gender equality and empowering women, recognizing the intersectionality of gender issues with child welfare. Minister Shioka's efforts have also focused on addressing poverty, a critical factor impacting children's well-being. Through innovative social welfare programs, she has worked to alleviate poverty and improve living conditions for vulnerable families, creating a more supportive environment for children to strive. Her leadership is characterized by a deep empathy for the plight of children and a proactive approach to policy making that reflects her dedication to creating a better future for Namibia's youth. Minister Doreen Shioka continues to be a driving force in advocating for children's rights and ensuring their voices are heard at the highest levels of the government. I am honored to introduce to us the Honorable Minister of Gender Equality, Poverty Eradication and Social Welfare, Honorable Doreen Shioka. Welcome to the podium, ma'am.
Very much. You may be seated, colleagues. Director of Ceremonies, Honorable Governor, Chair, in absentia, anyway, represented by the Regional Council, Honorable Deputy Minister of Health and Social Services, Meme Esther Mwinyangwe, Honorable Hendricks Guabeb, Chairperson of the Kunene Regional Council, Your Worship, Honorable Rosa Kamtua Cheundo, Mayor of Opoa Town, Honorable Regional and Local Authority Councillors present here, Lieutenant General Joseph Shikongo, represented by Inspector General Tatimtota, Madam Hoplang Forolo, UN Residence Coordinator for Namibia, my sister and the other diplomat corps, may I invite you first before I enter my speech that you come and stand here with other dignitaries who are here, to come and stand here and introduce yourselves, because I want to see you being seen that you were here also. May you stand up. Other UN family representatives, Your Excellencies, members of the Diplomat Corps, please come forward. Mr. Abisai, who is absent of ward, senior government officials, distinguished guests, women and men in uniform, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, please allow me, all senior dignitaries who are here, please come forward and introduce yourselves. I don't want to miss anyone. I'll say, and all protocol observed. Yes? Madam, start.
Thank you, dear Minister. Good morning, everyone. My name is Jovelina Imperiali Costa, Ambassador of Angola and Dean of the Diplomat Corps.
Thank you very much. Most welcome. Yes, my brother.
Good afternoon. Michael Sialai, Kenya High Commissioner, bringing greetings from Kenya. How are you? We are happy to be here, and I want to assure the Minister that we have an MOU on issues of gender equality, and we will always support you in the work you do.
Thank you.
Moro, moro. Asanteni. This thing I am putting on, this shirt, has been done by people called Maasai in Kenya who have got close cultural affinity with the Abahimba and Avaherero. These are special clothes.
Thank you. Yes, madam.
Good afternoon, everyone, and I wish you a happy Women's Day. My name is Vivian Sewa Jesse. I'm the Deputy Head of Mission, Ghana High Commission. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Women's Day. My name is Maureen Siandenge. I'm representing the High Commissioner for Zambia, who didn't manage to come. Mulibwanji Bonse.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You may be seated. It's how I always do it. Thank you very much, diplomats, that you are here with us. I always have a team of them, many of them. So that's my duty, so that their countries should know that they are always attending whatever they came for. So any minister who is coming to the Ministry of Gender should know that these are very important people, very important with the Ministry of Gender. I say good morning, everybody. Every year, I'm reading this, the Bible I'm holding. Every year on the 8th of March, Namibia joins the global community in commemorating the International Women's Day. On this day, the international community honors women's success and the contribution towards socio-economic and the political development of their nations, including their contribution towards gender equality and equity. This day serves as a reminder of progress made and the work that still needs to be done to ensure that all women and girls have equal opportunities in all spheres of life as their male counterparts and can live free from violence, discrimination, and inequality in the world. Thus, the theme for this year is, I quote, "For all women and girls, rights, equality, and empowerment." This theme calls for action that can unlock equal rights, power, and opportunities for all women and girls, where no one is left behind. Central to this vision is empowering the next generation, particularly the youth, young women, and adolescents, as a catalyst for change towards the quest for gender equality in Namibia. It is therefore imperative to note that the empowerment of women and girls as equal to men and boys can contribute to gender equality, improve innovation, resilience, and sustainable economic growth of our country. The government of the Republic of Namibia has demonstrated its political will, underline the word will, to address gender inequality and equity at all levels by enacting several legal instruments on gender equality and empowerment in our country. This commitment started with our late founding father of the nation and the founding president of the Republic of Namibia, His Excellency Dr. Seth Shafeshuna Nujoma, who played an important role in advancing gender equality and the women's emancipation during the liberation struggle and after independence. Under his leadership of His Excellency Dr. Sam Shafeshuna Nujoma, the Women Desk was established in the office of the President in 1990, which later became a full-fledged Ministry of Women Affairs and Child Welfare in 2000. Today, known as the Ministry of Gender Equality, Poverty Eradication, and Social Welfare. This was a symbol of political will and the commitment towards gender equality and the empowerment of women in Namibia. His steadfast and visionary leaders laid a strong foundation for gender equality and the empowerment of women and men, girls and boys in Namibia. In 1992, Namibia ratified the Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination against women during the time of Dr. Sam Shafeshuna Nujoma. Ladies and gentlemen, in addition, his commitment and dedication, the government of the Republic of Namibia has enacted several legal instruments, such as, number one, I think by now I've been preaching about these legal instruments. It means the laws. I have explained their functions and so on, what involved in those laws. Number one, the Namibian Constitution of 1990. Number two, Article 95 of the Namibian Constitution also provides for enactment of registration of, to ensure equality of opportunities for women. Number three, Affirmative Action Employment Creation Act 1996, Act number 29 of 1998. It's an amendment. Number four, Married Persons Equality Act 1996, Act number 1 of 1996. Number 5, Combating of Rape Amendment Act 2022, Act number 4 of 2022. Number 6, Combating of Domestic Violence Amendment Act 2022, Act number 6 of 2022. Director of Ceremonies, ladies and gentlemen, it is through this effective implementation of these legal instruments that Namibia has closed at least 8.5% of its gender gap, ranking the country at number 8 right now. Number 8 globally, and the number 1, that is Namibia, in sub-Saharan African, according to the Global Gender Gap Report 2024. I'll leave the ministry being a happy woman because I have done my work. Yes. These improvements were realized in the areas of education attainment with 100% education of a girl child, health and survival with 98%. I thought my sister will come and grade this so that I jump some of the pages to simplify my space, but I'll try. Economic participation and opportunities with 78.3%, and the political empowerment with 45.6%. In the area of education, Namibia continue to implement free universal primary and secondary education through the primary and secondary education grants. This has led to an increase in the number of learners attending state primary schools from 482,859,000. Media, please, media. Can I repeat that? That is 482,859 in 2017 to 571,733 in 2023. And the state secondary schools from 191,535 in 2017 to 217,635 in 2023. Namibia has achieved 50-50 gender parity in enrollment of learners at primary and secondary level. Equally, the number of children accessing center-based early childhood development has steadily increased and is at over 100,000 children in 2024. In addition, government continue to implement policies such as the education sector policy for the prevention and management of learner pregnancy and provide school feeding at primary level to over 400,000 learners on a daily basis. This has also led to high retention of learners. The Ministry of Education, Arts and Culture has increased the allocation of resources to meet the hygiene needs of female learners. Moreover, the Ministry of Higher Education, Technology and Innovation report of 2023 stated that the enrollment rate for female students in institutions of higher learning was 63.9% in 2022, while that of female was 36.1%. You see? Similarly, with regard to completion, more females and graduates with 68.3%, whereas males stood at 31.7%, which is not good. Hence, the revised third national gender equality and equity policy outlined strategies and interventions to ensure gender equality and equity is enrollment, retention, and completion in education. This will also help us as a nation to address the achievement and the under-participation of the boy child in education. However, it is a concern that female graduating from the TVET system has declined from 8,135 in 2019 to 4,000. We have reduced 4,055 in 2022. This is an indication that there's a need to strengthen the empowerment of females in TVET by adopting special measures to increase female uptake and the completion of TVET in a male-dominated trade STEM field. In addition, the National Gender Policy Reviews report found that the need of the boy child were not adequately addressed. This is a big concern which I'm leaving with those who are coming. It was also found that there has been limited research on harmful practices and norms that negatively affect the growth and development of the boy child, as a focus has mainly been on a girl child. Director of Ceremonies, hence the third National Gender Equality and Equity Policy emphasizes the importance of addressing the gender gap in the completion rate for female within TVET institutions and the increased awareness regarding male students' under-achievement and under-participation in education. More efforts are needed to ensure that the proportion of female students studying STEM increases. The policy also encourages all stakeholders to provide sufficient support for the development of a boy child. Ladies and gentlemen, let me take my water. Ladies and gentlemen, the National Population and Housing Census 2023 result shows that 50.5% of the population, of which 50.4% are women, live in rural areas and depending on subsistence farming. According to the 2023 Population and Housing Census Labor Force report, there were more males in the labor force. The number is here. That is 459,723 compared to females, which was 407,524. You see, women are still few in this report. The total number of the employment population in Namibia is 546,805. Of these, 300,794 were males, and 246,011 were females. It is worth noting that more males compared to female were employed in both urban and rural areas. The concentration of on-use food producers was higher in the rural area for both sexes. However, women are still underrepresented as business owners again in the formal sectors. About 70% of informal traders are women, and 31% men. Traders in the informal sectors, especially women, have limited and unequal access to financial resources, business support, services, and market linkages. This implies that women are still underrepresented as business owners. The 2022 Business Registry of the Business and Intellectual Property Authority, that is BIPA, shows that there were 201,552 entities, out of which 27,713 are owned by women, counting for 13% only of formalized enterprises owned by women in Namibia. Other gender-related challenges will still exist in trade and economic empowerment, further limiting women venturing in various business sectors to reap the benefit of business registration, again in Namibia. Other gender-related challenges still exist in trade and economic empowerment, including access to and the control of resources such as credit and land, access to information on markets, inadequate business skills, and support services, and the protective labor laws that benefit women and men equally. Therefore, there's a need to facilitate equal and equitable access to land and the funding support for women and men, young persons with disabilities, and indigenous minority communities. We need to broaden the financial inclusion for women and men with disability and people, the minority indigenous communities. We should enhance the capacity of women to participate in trade competitively and profitably through capacity building, funding support, market leakage, learning services, and improved access to information and technology participation. The government has put in place measures aimed at ensuring equal work, equal remuneration for both men and women, as provided for in the Labor Act number 11 of 2007, which prohibits discrimination in employment based on sex. While it is recommendable that this principle has been effectively implemented in government, there are still gaps within the private sectors and state-owned enterprises. Hence, there is a need to strengthen implementation of the provisions of this law by all stakeholders to narrow the gender wage gap. Director of Ceremonies, ladies and gentlemen, with regard to gender equality in politics and decision-making, Namibia is ranked number 4 in Africa, with 44, thank you, with 44.2% women representation in parliament. Women's representation at the cabinet level stood at 22.7% in 2012 and 34.6% in 2022. I hope this time around it should go to 50-50. It's too much now with this 22. We don't reach even static demand of 30%. We have to pass it and go straight to 50%. I hope so. It is also worth noting that women hold high cabinet positions. I think somebody mentioned them here, like the UN chief, my sister Meme Forolo, mentioned some of them. I'll say them also, just for the sake of information. We have got, right now, we're expecting a female president in this country. That will be number 1. We have got a female prime minister. We are not ashamed of that. We have got a minister of justice, is a female. We have got a minister of higher education, basic education, you name them, is also a female. Trade is a female. And yours truly, for Ministry of Gender, Equality, Poverty, Eradication, and Social Welfare. So, we are moving. We are moving. That's why I said underline will, political will. Because of political will, that's why we are achieving all this. Without political will, we will not achieve this. We will not succeed. So we have got a listening ear. However, there's a need to put statutory measures in place providing for female representation at all levels in order to reach gender parity. There's also a need for deliberate intervention such as legal reform to provide for zebra list system at both parties and national levels to ensure that female representation increases in parliament. Zebra list, people, I'm living with this game of zebra list. I've got my female, the brave woman who stood as a leader of a political party, opposition. May you rise. Rise. Stand up, they see you. I call her to be brave because among men she stood that I'll lead women. I think, really I appreciate. I always call her my president. We can differ in parliament, but I call her my president because of that bravery. Hence, the National Gender Equality and Equity Policy calls on all stakeholders to address legal, economic, and social, cultural, and political barriers to women's meaningful participation in leadership, governance, and decision-making at all levels. There is a need to strengthen the capacity of aspiring women candidates and those already elected through mentorship and training programs to build their legacy, their agency, and the confidence in participating in the electoral process effectively. We encourage the private sectors to embrace gender parity in decision-making structures and processes. Director of Ceremony, I nearly jumped the issue of women on health. Since my sister did not give me something, now I have to do it. Director of Proceedings, in the area of women and health, government continues to expand ARV therapy services to prevent mother-to-child transmission of HIV, which stands at 91.0% coverage. Our country has reduced its adult HIV incidences rate by 50% in the past 5 years. Namibia has reached or exceeded the UN AIDS 90. Targets among women and nationally by attaining, Namibia attained 86, 96, 91. A difference of 3 points. We have passed that 90 decision among adults. This was accomplished through multifaceted strategies to combat HIV, which include implementation of the National Strategic Framework for HIV Response, improved access to HIV testing and treatment, especially for women and adolescents, focusing more on prevention through education and condom use. Continue using condoms, colleagues. And if the youth, they like that. Please, youth, continue using condoms. Condomize. And the effort to eradicate mother-to-child transmission while actively fighting against the stigma and the discrimination against individuals living with HIV and AIDS. However, the HIV prevalence rate is still high among females with 15.7%, while among males it stands at 12.6%. The Namibian population-based HIV impact assessment result also suggested that women aged 15 to 24 still have a far higher HIV incidence. My water. HIV incidence rate, it is 0.99% than the same age young men of 0.3%. This highlights the continued need for expanded primary HIV prevention among young women and ensuring all men aged 25 to 35 are virally suppressed through the new Men Star Coalition. We also need to escalate civic education campaign on HIV and AIDS. We should empower women and adolescent boys and girls with negotiation, self-assessment, livelihood, and economic empowerment skills so they can make decisions on their sexual and reproductive health and confidently negotiate for safe sex. Director of Ceremonies, ladies and gentlemen, this year, 2025, Namibia joined the global community to mark the 13th anniversary of the Fourth World Conference on Women and Adoption of the Beijing Declaration and Platform for Action. As we celebrate Women's Day, allow me, Director of Ceremonies at this juncture, to congratulate the first ever female president-elect, Her Excellency Dr. Netumbo Ndempalela Ndandi Ndaitwa, who will be inaugurated as the first female president of the Republic of Namibia on the 21st of March. 21st of March, maybe some days left, 2025. Dr. Nandi Ndaitwa has played a significant role in championing the development of Beijing Declaration and Platform for Action. Honorable Ndaitwa was the Rapporteur General of the Fourth World Conference on the Women held in Beijing, China in 1995, 30 years ago. This is the president we are talking about. The conference marked a significant turning point for global gender equality, having adopted the Beijing Declaration and Platform for Action with an agenda for women's empowerment. That is now considered the key global policy document on gender equality. The Beijing Declaration and Platform for Action remains the most progressive and widely endorsed blueprint for women's and girls' rights worldwide. The platform guides policies and programs and investment that impact critical areas of our lives, such as education, health, peace, media, political participation, economic empowerment, and the elimination of violence against women and girls. Namibia cannot wait for another 30 years to fulfill the promise of gender equality. Today, we stand stronger, more united, and more determined to become the first generation to achieve gender parity in all spheres of our life. We all need to work together to eradicate gender-based violence and violence against children in our society. Let us challenge harmful social norms that perpetuate gender inequality, empowerment of women, girls, boys, and the youth, drives innovations, resilience, and sustainable economic growth. However, more still needs to be done to address issues that affect the achievement of gender equality and the empowerment of women and girls. There's a need to strengthen our efforts to address gender-based violence and violence against children, which is still a concern in our country, very much concerned about this issue. We also need to address harmful norms and practices, including child marriage, sexual exploitation, economic hardship, and abuse that perpetuates gender inequality and put more girls at risk. Director of Ceremonies, ladies and gentlemen, it is in this spirit of dedication and commitment to gender equality that I have the honor to launch the third National Gender Equality and Equity Policy 2025 to 2035. This policy aims to reduce all forms of gender discrimination, gender-based violence, and the gender inequality in all spheres of life in Namibia, leading to a gender-just society where women, men, girls, and boys, persons with disability, and the indigenous minorities enjoy equal rights and live freely in dignity, have equal access to opportunities, resources, and participate equally and fully in the socio-economic development of the country. This policy will be implemented through costed implementation action plan, which will run for 5 years. The purpose of this implementation action plan is to provide a time-bound and budgeted framework for the operations and the implementation of the third National Gender Policy, Equality and Equity Policy. The plan seeks to translate policy objectives and strategies into action and will serve as a comprehensive master plan for the achievement of these overall goals in a coordinated and a complementary manner. Ladies and gentlemen, it is imperative that all stakeholders, be government, private sector, civil society organization, faith-based organizations, community-based organizations, among others, have the responsibility to budget and mobilize resources to fulfill their role in the policy's implementation action plan. I therefore call for wider population to raise awareness of this national gender equality and equity policy to ensure that all stakeholders take ownership in the implementation of this policy. With these few remarks, Director of Ceremony, let me wish all women in Namibia to enjoy their day, all husbands in Namibia and boyfriends in Namibia to look after their women today, and they should continue the same spirit that women should live in peace. Please, I don't want to hear somebody was murdered today or raped or humiliated. I think that the Mutota is here, will arrest you. With these few remarks, please, may I launch this book. Can the ambassadors also join me?
Thank you very much. Can you give hands of applause to the Minister? Equality and equity brings us to reality. If we want to address what is on the ground, we need to have reality. We must have regard to the reality. It's not the way we wish things to be, not the way they appear to be, but the way they actually are. And for us to be able to address reality, we need to bring in equity and equality, that we do not serve the people using the same measurements. So with this, I want to call upon the representative of the chairperson of the Regional Council, Honorable Achino, the Regional Councillor for Ocho constituency, to make vote of thanks. Sorry, the people at the back, the cars that are parked there, can you please move your cars, because the high table after the event will move using that entrance to be safe that side. So whoever has parked their cars at the back side, can you please move the cars? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Director of the Proceedings. Memunuguja mwauhara nawa numwachatirwa kombura jaroko mwandu ya jithewa. Boa tarde Angola, mchana mwema Kenya, karibu. Akwaba Ghana, thank you very much. I am not the chairperson, as it was said. I am just a messenger. I'm standing in for the chairperson. And allow me to go straight to the message. Director of the Proceedings, allow me to stand on the already established protocol. Honorable Doreen Sioka, Minister of Gender, Equality, Poverty Eradication, and Social Welfare, I stand before you with a deep sense of humor, privilege, and humility to express our profound gratitude to all who have came to commemorate the International Women's Day here in Opuo in great number, although the rain, the blessings from Mother Nature almost kept us at our houses, but we thank God that we made it. Director of the Proceedings, allow me to first give thanks to Almighty who have established this event today. Allow me to thank Honorable Doreen Sioka, the Minister of Gender, Equality, Poverty Eradication, and Social Welfare, for permitting Kunene to host the main event of the International Women's Day. Honorable Minister, thank you for having taken time off your country's responsibility to join us here today, and for being the main speaker for this very important event. Honorable Minister, your speech has laid due emphasis on the importance of International Women's Day and has really given us a blueprint on how we are doing in terms of closing the gender gap in our country. Thank you for a remarkable statement. And you said people should continue condomize. It reminds me of Mandela Kapere, my great brother, who always used to encourage youth that one condom, one round. When I looked at my friend Pastor Kalusha, maybe he thought condomize might be not increasing the number for people to go to church, but it's keeping members of church to be healthy. And my brother Muharukwa and Nangunaihe, I know you want people to produce votes, but we also need voters to be healthy. My sincere gratitude goes to General Inspector Shikongo, represented by, I have to avoid ranks because I don't want to, represented by Ms. Mtota, Major General Mutota, for educative remarks he made. Your presence at this event is highly valued as we continue to work hand in hand, ensuring safety and security for our citizens, especially the vulnerable population, our women and our children. Director of the ceremonies, much appreciation goes to Ms. Hoplong Fororo, if I put it correctly, the United Nations Residence Coordinator, for profound remark on behalf of the United Nations family in Namibia and for commemorating with us this day. The United Nations has been one of the key partners with government in Namibia, especially in the areas of gender equality and in the fight against gender-based violence. Thank you for your continued partnership and support for government in developmental programs, especially those that are geared toward promoting gender equality and women empowerment, such as finalization of the third National Gender Equality and Equity Policy, which was just launched here today. Let me extend our gratitude to Mr. Saratiel Shinedima, the Executive Director of Women's Action for Development, for remarkable words of encouragement that empowers women and girls and challenge them to maximize on opportunities of personal development. Thank you, Your Worship, Rosa Mbinge Cheundo, the Mayor of the Town of Opuo, for a warm welcome and generous hospitality extended to us all. I have no doubt that this generosity will go a long way toward working together in promoting of gender equality, women's empowerment, especially in advocating for women to take up leadership positions and the fight against gender-based violence. In the same light, I would like to extend a vote of thanks to all the regional and local authority councillors present for blessing us with their presence at this event. Your leadership gives us encouragement as we continue in case for gender equality. Let me thank Evangelist Agustino Mbaru from Seventh-day Adventist Church for blessing us with the word of God and for dedicating our event in the hands of the Creator. Director of the ceremonies, in the same vein, let me thank all members of the Diplomatic Corps for their presence at this event and for taking time to commemorate this day with us. Thank you, Your Excellencies, together with your delegation for commemorating this day with us. Mr. Shinedima, the Executive Director of, for Women's Action for Development, thank you for partnering with government in advancing gender equality and women's empowerment. Representatives from other civil society organizations, faith-based organizations, traditional authorities, thank you for taking time to be with us here today. Our further appreciation goes to our successful business person, Ms. Vita Chinjou, who is one of the beneficiaries of our income generating activities, one of the programs where the ministry supports small and medium enterprises with skills development, materials, equipment to improve their business. Thank you, Ms. Shinjo, for being a good example to other entrepreneurs. For those that are traveling back to Ventuko, other places, please make 10 at Ochokavari, just to support our local. If we are empowering them as a government, but we are not supporting them by buying from them, we are doing injustice to them. To the Kunene Regional Council staff members as well as organizing committee, thank you for making this day successful. The same goes to our Director of Proceedings. Thank you, Mr. George, for being a driver or a pilot of our program, who took us to a beautiful destination called the end of our event. Thank you very much for that. With that said and done, thank you very much, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you very much. Can we give a hand of applause for the vote of thanks? When we celebrate, we must eat, isn't it? So I have a few announcements to make. Our invited guests will be guided by the protocol where they have to go, but it will be to the northern side of this building. And everybody under the tent will remain seated where they are. They will be safe there. With regard to the media and the groups that were entertaining us, they have to go behind here. So we will just make that announcement in Osiero also.
Yeah, arikaranga tupuratene nawa o vanangwa vetumba mbahama ke hiyo jitara hikuturihi mave urikirwa kuja mave ipi avehe mave ikongotwe ngwino kumave karira ochamo ngongora no mave urikirwa kuja ngaveka endevi etemba mbutu hama ke hiyo dhotenda ndena ngatuhame na uriri atuthekama ngatuhame mbo uriri nganduchi twapewo njivithiro yare ko murungu penje no vimbumba mbi o vimbumba mbere mavimbura ko murungu mbavihe odokuora no chimbumba chondiri chonjongo no chimbumba cho okahama ene wene mamuthekamo vatengo kienda ko mundambo waro mbiko maoko mamuhoko ngotwe mbe mamuurikirwa no harikana mongongora thaneno matwango wandu maveka enda na mongongora thaneno amaturi chindi ya okunene kuhepa.
Okay, thank you very much. Can we raise for the AU and the national anthems will be led by the A-Wing band. Thank you. Thank you. Another announcement. There will be a meeting by Opuo Town Council of the community after this event at this venue. The meeting will be with NHE. Thank you. So we will allow the main table to leave, and then we will be guided by the protocol, the invited guests where we have to go. Thank you.